Hello. I will wait a second. Happy Sunday, everyone! It is a beautiful Sunday outside. I know I probably look super drunk or high or something like that. Yeah. I wanted to jump on. Hi, Tam. So I wanted to jump on and kind of talk about my cleanse so far, because it's been super fascinating. And I've had quite a few people reaching out to me to like talk about what I've been experiencing and everything. Hi, Oliver! Yay! Hey, guys. Yeah, I was just saying, like, I probably look a little drunk or high because I'm just like so loopy and just like out of it. Just from the cleanse. Today I feel super, super weak. But yeah, it's been the most fascinating experience I've ever been through. Hi, Melissa. So, yeah, this is what I've experienced from this water cleanse, okay? So I am officially at the halfway mark. Hi, be here now. I'm officially at the halfway mark of my 22-day water cleanse. And like I said, it's been like intense psychologically, emotionally, physically. It's been one of the most fascinating things I've ever experienced in my life. So this is what I'm noticing. It's actually been fairly easy as far as the self-discipline. So I do a lot of things before I prep for a water cleanse. Like, I meditate every day, I go running, I make sure that my mind is very disciplined so that I'm able to have that self-control to tell myself no when I want food, okay? And this is why. And I talk about this all the time in my videos on my YouTube channel, but we go through this phase of development that when we're infants, and it's the oral anal phase. It's from 0 months to 18 months years old. And during that phase of development, if anything goes wrong, like as far as we are entangling with fear from our parents, we're entangling with those brain chemical releases, okay? So then we want to put something in our mouth to soothe ourselves. That's where emotionally eating comes from. That's even where like anorexia and bulimia come from. Hi, Julia. Hey, guys. Hey, Brother Magic. Hey, guys. So during that phase of development, that will accumulate throughout our lives. So as we get older into adults, every time we have that same exact trigger, sorry, there's these kids riding by. Hold on really quick. Turner, hi! So as we become adults, every single time those same exact experiences come into our reality and we have those same brain chemical releases, we'll want to put something in our mouth. It's an automatic response. So this is why when I look at spiritual gurus, like say for instance, Jesus Christ, he went on a 40-day water fast. And like Gandhi, a lot of spiritual leaders have done this because when you're able to control that urge that you have, that oral fixation where you want to soothe yourself, it elevates your consciousness, okay? Now, as I've been going through this cleanse, dude, it's been so fascinating because I can tell I'm purging and detoxing a lot of trauma that I went through my own like development, you know, that we all go through technically. We have so much like sexual taboo and all that bullshit in our society. So I'm noticing that I'm literally cleansing those like brain chemicals from the receptors on my cells. So it's been really fascinating. Some days are really, really emotional. Some days I'm extremely weak and I can't move. So I just sit around, like I sit outside a lot. I just sit in the sun and soak up all those photons of light. But the most fascinating thing that I've seen today was actually probably my hardest day, because I got triggered so freaking bad, and I can tell it has something to do with the cleanse. I don't even care how crazy people think I am. From this water cleanse, I can tell that there are like old situations coming up in my experience for me to be aware of and like cleanse out of my system. So like I had someone full on blackmailing me and trying to project like sexual shame on me, and I was like, this is really fascinating to observe. Like it, and I can tell that it completely goes back to that phase of development, a lot of sexual shame that runs in my family. And so I'm seeing these situations arise as I go throughout this cleanse so that I can heal them, like purge them and heal them. So I'm really anxious to see what happens throughout the rest of the cleanse. And to be honest, at the 22-day mark, I was like, dude, like, if I make it to 22 days, I might just consider going a full 40, because I have been working up to a 40-day water cleanse. It's been my goal. And if I feel pretty good by that day, I might just push it all the way to 40 days, because I'm like, dude, if I've already put in half the work into making it 22 days, I might as well finish it out to 40. Oh, but the other thing I was gonna say, okay, so back to this triggering that happened over this weekend, this like sexual shame. Today was super freaking hard because my parents made a bunch of food. It's St. Patrick's Day, and they always freaking make corned beef and cabbage, and I love that shit so much. Like, I'm vegan, I'm raw vegan, but dude, I'm telling, like, I still miss meat like crazy. So they made that and a bunch of other stuff, and because I was already emotionally triggered from someone like projecting sexual shame on me, I wanted to eat bad today. Today has been the worst day so far, which is crazy because I have self-control that is almost not human-like, okay? Like, truly, yeah. So, when I felt that triggering, I just freaking wanted to eat so bad. I literally, like, just stared at the food on the counter, and I was like, do I want to do this? Like, and I was like, nobody would know, but I would know. And I would know if I cheated, as you know, like, I just have that type of mentality. So I was like, no. So I just went outside and I was like, I'm just gonna sit in the freaking sun and try to just ignore all of this freaking triggering happening. Dude, it's so intense. So yeah, it's been one of the most fascinating experiences I think I've ever gone through. And the crazy thing too is I'm noticing the more that I cleanse, my intuition is like freaking on point. Like sometimes like I will literally, I know people don't believe this. To me it makes perfect sense. I really do feel like everyone has these gifts and abilities, but I will start to see things before they happen. And kind of like I'll get more visions and things like that because my body is just like, it's becoming more of a clear vessel, you know? And that's why I love doing these tarot readings so much, because, you know, not only do I love helping people, but I just feel like if I have the ability to do this, then I might as well use it to help other people, you know what I mean? I'm just rambling at this point because, to be honest, like, I just needed to talk and I feel rummy as fuck. So, yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at today. But, yeah, this has been really intense. I do think it's possible, too. I'm really anxious to see, like, how much it's going to reverse things. Oh, that's the other thing I was going to add. So I had candida really bad. And I'm actually planning to make a YouTube video on this whole process, like a bunch of YouTube videos on my water cleanse. And God, if you, like, you guys will have to see, I took a bunch of pictures of how bad, like, my skin looked and my acne, and I just had, like, rashes all over my face. Like, really bad. And the amazing thing is that this freaking water, it's literally, this is the only thing that's been healing me. Healing the candida. And I've been raw vegan for, like, over a year now. And it wasn't even touching the candida. I've researched like crazy, and especially with parasites too. Both of them. I'm definitely seeing that the water cleanse, like being on it just for 11 days so far, is completely healing everything in my body. I'm literally watching, like, you can even still see some of the rashes like on my neck. That's how it was, like all over my face. It's been really bad. So the water cleanse, like, it's really legit. And people, you know, say that, like, there's all these myths. That's what drives me crazy about society. Like the movie The Ring, there's all these misconceptions and myths about that your body can only survive like 7 days on water or 5 days on water. It's all complete BS. Because when you're able to have that self-discipline to go past your oral fixations and addictions, you actually can heal the body of anything. I've been talking with a guy that has reversed his fibromyalgia from cleansing, and he did a 21-day water fast. And he's working up to a 40-day cleanse. If you guys have, you should follow him. His name is Wolf Vision, I believe. I love that guy. He's so positive. He's amazing. And he reversed a lot of his physical conditions, like ailments and diseases, from water cleansing. So seriously, guys, like, if you guys can just work up to it, like, I started out slow. I started with 1 day water cleanses and then worked up to 2 and then 3. And all of a sudden I was doing 6-day water cleanses. And now I'm up to 11 days, which is like mind-blowing to me to have that amount of self-discipline. So seriously, guys, if you can work your way up to that, I'm telling you. And oh, one other thing I wanted to add. So for instance, myself, I've had these, like, kind of these issues with weight, where sometimes I'll be super on track and I can lose weight really easily, and then it's like all of a sudden I fall off track and I gain it all back. So I go through this yo-yo as far as weight goes, okay? And it goes back to the gut. Like, you can work out and you can do all these things, but if you're not actually cleansing the gut and removing a bunch of old stuff, like a bunch of old stuff that's still stuck in your intestines from even childhood, because those are all chemicals, like, they block up in your system and then it prevents you from losing weight. So that's why you can go through these yo-yo effects when it comes to losing weight. And that's what I've found is consistently over the past year. So when I went raw vegan, I was losing all of my weight. Okay, that was really easy. And water cleansing, I lost a bunch of weight. But then what I noticed is when I fell off track during the winter, I gained a bunch of weight, and that's when I knew. I was like, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff still in my gut that needs to be cleansed out. So that's the other reason why I'm doing this water cleanse so hardcore, is because I'm like determined to just like get my intestines completely cleared out, because I really do believe that once you cleanse the gut, that your moods will be amazing, that your digestive tract, like, if you can get that flowing clearly, you don't have as many issues with weight, with mood, with depression, anxiety. It all comes down to the freaking gut. I was so shocked when I experienced that 2 years ago. I had no idea how much that really influenced my own like depression and anxiety and fears and even paranoia, like big time. So yeah, highly, highly recommend if you guys are dealing with physical ailments to really work up to this. It's a challenge for sure. But you'll also become extremely empowered to be able to have that type of self-mastery and self-discipline over your body and your impulses, you know, like to really have that control. I'm super obsessed with like studies of Christ and everything right now. I didn't used to be. I'm very much a science, quantum physics person. But honestly, lately I'm really fascinated with the things that he did, like his meditation, you know, like where he was vibrating at, and the fact that he did a 40-day water cleanse. I'm like, that dude knew what he was talking about. Like, he knew, I think he was just that in tune that he knew that the body needed to be cleansed, that the gut needed to be cleansed. And then once you're able to kind of like cleanse out all those old vibrational programming from your childhood, like all that shame, guilt, and fear that's projected at you from, you know, unconsciously from your family, your parents, your siblings, you're actually able to kind of evolve into a higher state of consciousness. They're all completely linked. This is why I'm so huge on mixing spirituality and science, because they're completely compatible. And our spiritual gurus knew it. They just didn't know back then that it was like completely linked to science, right? They were just so in tune with themselves and their body that they knew what to do and what to cut out to really heal themselves of any type of trauma that they went through, right? Yeah, Julius, yes, there's a lot of evidence that water fasting helps autoimmune diseases, cancer, depression, amazing. Yeah, it really does. I'm telling you, like, oh God, if I could, I have a bunch of videos that, again, I'm planning to put on YouTube to show, like, when I was having panic attacks. Like, full-blown panic attacks. I had lost my mind and gone so paranoid that I was living out of my car for, like, a few months. That's how bad I had lost my mind because of the gut. Because of how much it affects your mind and your moods. And the transformation I've seen, I don't get those reactions anymore. On this water cleanse, it's different because I'm purging a lot of old stuff, so I am having some depression come up, which I haven't had in like a year since I went raw vegan. So I am seeing some depression come up for sure as I'm purging and having like some old triggers come up for sure. But I'm just pushing through it, and you know, I'm completely determined to push past this. I'm like, yeah, I'm freaking done being pushed by society, the crap that they put into our bodies, all the advertising they put on to just feed us full of junk that just clouds our gifts, our abilities, our intuition, our consciousness. It keeps us at a lower vibration. And I'm freaking determined to push through this and start helping other people to like know the truth, know the potential that we can all get to healing ourselves and our body. Like, dude, oof, like it freaking fires me up so bad. Yeah. So, that, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to jump on and talk about. I just wanted to jump on and make a live because, like I said, I had some people reaching out and asking me, and yeah, the water cleanse, it's definitely intense. I would definitely recommend doing it on a time where you're not working. I'm pretty lucky in that way that I'm able to work from home, you know, able to do tarot readings and coaching from home. So I feel really blessed to be able to do that, but don't do a water cleanse if you're actually having to do something physical, because it's such a physically, emotionally, spiritually draining process that you have to just kind of relax and just, oof, super intense. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you so much for jumping on and just listening to me ramble. I really hope that anyone that's dealing with anything physical, there is hope. That's literally the whole reason I want to do this and share it, is I just want to help other people to see, like, you can push past this limitation and you can heal yourself for sure. Yeah, I would definitely try it, Julia. Like, 4 days is even incredible. Like, honestly. To me, like, it's such an accomplishment that I'm like, kudos to anyone that just has that drive to push forward and do that type of thing. It takes a lot of self-discipline, a lot. So definitely reach out if you're wanting any tips or support, emotional support for sure. I think that's the biggest thing. So yeah, so I'm gonna jump off. I hope you guys have an amazing Sunday. That, oh, soak up the sun. If it's sunny where you are, spring is here and I love it. And I love you guys so much. Yeah, sorry, Cleater, I'm just jumping off right now, but I'm gonna put this live on my story so you guys can catch it over there if you wanna, again, check on all the deets of my water cleanse and kind of the process. And like I said too, I'm gonna post this whole process on my YouTube channel, so it'll be available there too. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Have a beautiful day. Ta-ta.